Hi, I'm Riley Ness with Lawn Equipment. Today, I'm going to start with the R640. We're starting the operator platform today. On the far right-hand side here, you have your steering wheel adjustment. Black lever, goes up and down. It does not telescope. You have your accelerator and decelerator / inching pedal on the left-hand side. It also does on the right-hand side, and then obviously, just like a big truck, you also have the gas pedal on the right-hand side. Starting here up on this side as well, you have your turn signals, right and left. Pressing it gets you the horn, and then obviously rotating as well brings the windshield wipers forward and left. On the other side here, you have your quick attach. So once the machine is on, pressing the yellow button down, tapping it forward, you will hear it as well. Then going to the front of the machine, holding the gray lever here forward and backwards, opens and closes the actual hydraulic quick coupler. It is a skid loader, so it will match with other skid loader attachments, metal press, Arctics, augers, buckets, forks, anything that you want. As well, you have a four-way flasher here and also engaging your parking brake. On the right-hand side for the joystick here as well, you have your two buttons on the top, which is your turtle, and then tapping to the right will be your 2-speed. The black button here forward puts it in forward, and then slapping it in reverse, it will go reverse. It is hydrostatic, so you can change on the fly. The black button here on the bottom is going to engages your neutral position. So on the right hand side here we have our stop, our run, and our start. Just like everything, you're going to want to let it prime to get ready on cold days. Then holding it like a car starts it. On the far side as well, you have an auxiliary switch. So if you do have anything that does require auxiliary flow, this does have 17.8 gallons per minute, so it can run a lot of skid steer attachments. You have your bucket float position as well here, tapping that once, and then also tapping this as well here too. You also have your continuous flow, so if you have a snowblower or stuff like that, it will work as there. On this far button here as well, it has your auxiliary lock, so if you are roading it for a long position or going from site to site, you can lock out the boom itself, which will not engage anything except for your forward and reverse. You also have your daytime running lights, your front lights and rear lights, beacon as well. And then you also have your wiper in the rear and also in the front as well. And then on the very back side here, you do have, since this is 65 horsepower machine, you will have a DOC, which is diesel auxiliary. The button on the very back hand side here will have your DPF filter, since it is over 26 horsepower, so you are able to get it in a tight situation. And as well as here, you can see it also has the HVAC controls, fan, and AC. So as I was saying on the front here, this does have this hydraulic quick attach coupler. It does universal fit with any skid steer adapter. You can see on the very top side here, this does say that it is in the lock position, and then when it does flip open, it will be in the unlock position. Driving these pins up, and again, done that with inside the cab. And as on the very front here, since these are capped on the back side, you can see it does have the male and female coupler as well for your auxiliary attachments, for your blades, your augers, or anything that does require that. This machine does not come with a 14-pin, so if you do want to run a snowblower or anything that does require electric, you do have to install it as well, tier 2. As you can see, just like every other machine, you've got your grease points. So you got 4 on the top, so one here, and then one underneath and one underneath. So basically at every point that you have for any sort of moving attachments, you're going to have a grease point. Down here as well, up here as well. And then up here on the bottom side here, you can see at basically any fulcrum point you have movement. So grease zerks as well here and here and here. So as you can see, there is at least 10 grease points from the very front of the machine going this way. They do recommend that you go at least every 10 hours. So that's either in the morning or in the afternoon in greasing this machine. So this machine does come equipped with 405 70R 18 tires. These are going to be more of your construction industrial tires. So again, not saying they are the best in snow, but they will do as well. This machine comes in at about 11,600 pounds, so it does have enough weight in order to help push it and drive it through this machine. Opening up here on the R640, this is where you do have the diesel fuel. This button here, if you are inside the cab here, this will tell you how full. By holding it here and going on the inside of the machine, you can hear it beep. Once it goes to a steady constant, that will say that this machine is full. And getting rid of that, just tapping it once. It is magnetic, so it does lock, and itself is there as well. On the very side here, you've got a tie point on one side, and you also have one on the very other side as well. In order to get into the rear compartment for the R640. This is powered by a diesel 64 horsepower Kubota engine. It will have a DOC on it, as well, as you can see up here. So it does not require DEF, but it will have a regen situation. In order to combat that, please do run this machine hot, and if you are going to be using it. In order to close the door, you have the red button here pushing it forward and then closing it down. So the overall width on this tractor here is going to be 5'11". You're still going to be under that 6 foot. As far as customers that would use this, you would see more of this in the landscaping supply yard for the better visibility as well, because you got the clear side glass on all of it. Also marine industry, and also the RV world as well too, for that tighter turning radius. This does have a 40-degree turn radius, so it does turn very tight. And as well too, this is the largest machine that Kubota makes. This is the R640. They do make the 540 as well, which is a 54 horsepower, and they also do make a 430, which is going to be more of your mid 40 horsepower. So this is Riley with Lawn Equipment again, showing you on the R640. We do have more of these coming in the wintertime. Please make sure to get yours coming up.